And here we are again. So, this is a second part to yesterday's test. Now, yesterday's test proved that if an object has outward repelling fields of a magnet and it's encased or surrounded by an object with inward repelling fields, then the magnet in the center can only do one thing: stay centralized. It can't go anywhere, so it has to stay in the center. Now, this test is to see how much lag there will be between the frame moving, which is that, and the core moving, which is that. So obviously if there's too much lag, then it's going to cause a lot of problems. So again, we're using the same test, putting that magnet in the center. Now, here's something strange that happened. I can take my finger off, and that magnet, which is repelling outwards, is kept in place with no use of anything else. Now, here's what I wanted to test. So, if I move the frame, then we want to see how quickly the magnet moves. So if I zoom in, and then we move the frame, the central magnet, yeah, that's one of the problems, because it's on a rough surface, it tends to jump. Yeah, it's gonna jump. So let's see if we can get it to calm down. And there you go. It basically moves with no discernible drag whatsoever. So as soon as I start this moving, now. So we're back again. Okay, so this test wasn't planned, but it struck me afterwards that by moving the core, it proves nothing. It just proves that the frame will move with it. What we need to prove is that the frame will move the core. So in other words, the frame which will be attached to the board, which floats above the base and the wheels, by moving the board, it should move the wheels. Now, here's what I've found. As you'll see, that magnet is sat in there, in that magnetic field, that repelling magnetic field, and it's not moving. It literally is staying there without any assistance from me. When I move the frame, hopefully this won't jump out as it's been doing most of the afternoon, but if I move the frame with my preferred hand, that might do it. So if I do this, watch the central magnet. There's very little, there's only that much lag between moving the frame and moving the magnet. So the magnet with a more powerful field will stay in place and move exactly the same time as the magnet. And there you go. But it's proven now that the frame will move the magnet, the core magnet, which means that when it's attached to the board below and the wheels, it will be used in the same way a skateboard will be used, except you'll be floating on air while you're moving. That said, that's test number 5 proven. So as a way of publicly announcing it, the prototype, the actual board with everything put together, floating, is scheduled for 2 weeks from now. So the next video you see will be the board, the actual floating skateboard. Stay tuned. Could be interesting.